Back to school message from Minister of Education, Melissa Gums. 35 years of dedicated service. Celebrating Francia Housen. Valerie van Putten. Interview with Parveen Boertje of SZV on the Customer Experience Survey. PNP says more than 35. Parliamentary questions remain unanswered for over 100 days. From the island of Sint Maarten, this is SXM Daily News for August 17th, 2026. Hello, Sint Maarten. This is Melissa Gums, your Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport. I want to take this opportunity to extend my well wishes and some words of encouragement to all students and educators returning to the classroom today, and to urge us all to remember our place in supporting the ladder of nation building as each child climbs to the top. To our parents, as your child's first teacher, you are the first set of hands bracing the ladder to the wall. It is not an easy task, but when it gets tough, remember that there are avenues in our community to lighten the load, such as the Positive Parenting Support Program. To our teachers, as the second set of hands holding up that ladder, it's my hope that you approach each day with an open mind, with a commitment to shaping the future of St. Maarten, and, when necessary, with snacks. Let us work to meet students where they are, so that we can help get them to where they need to be. To the wider community, as the final set of hands bracing the nation-building ladder to the wall, let us continue to embody the spirit of the village that we have been blessed to see emerge over these last few months. Support and encouragement from all corners of our society is critical and contributes to successful educational pursuits, meaningful cultural expression, positive and progressive youth development, and structured growth of our sports sector. And lastly, to our students. Firstly, I hope you all act with sense. More importantly, I hope you simply act. It is easy to feel as though academic or vocational pursuits have no point, particularly in your teenage years, but trust me when I say it all impacts how St. Maarten continues to develop. I urge you to be open to constructive criticism, to advocate for yourselves and your rights, to be curious about your country and the wider world around you, and to remember this: whether in public, private, or subsidized schools, you have a responsibility to be the type of future you want to see, not the one you're told to be. Good luck for this new school year to all of you, and to our Group 8 and high school exam classes, special success as you take on these new milestones in your educational career. To all the children of St. Maarten heading back to school today, a new school year means a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to discover just how much you are capable of achieving. Walk into your classrooms with confidence. Ask questions. Work hard. Be kind to one another, and never be afraid to dream beyond what you can see today. Every lesson you learn and every challenge you overcome is helping to shape the person you will become. Remember, success is not about being perfect. It is about giving your best, believing in yourself, and continuing even when something feels difficult. To our teachers, parents, guardians, and school staff, thank you for the important role you play in guiding and preparing our children for the future. Children of St. Maarten, this island is your home, and one day its future will be in your hands. Make this school year count, wishing every student a safe, successful, and inspiring new school year.
SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SZV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
Now You Know with Valerie Van Putten. Interview with Parveen Burchia of SCV on the Customer Experience Survey. What have been the most important things clients have told you? Has anything ever been done differently as a result of that feedback? Last year we did our Customer Experience Survey. We were very pleased with the response from our clients, and it's a great opportunity for us to learn. One of the biggest compliments we also got was about the friendliness of the staff, and people appreciate that our staff members speak different languages, and so those were really too important.
So indeed, last year we did our customer experience survey. We were very pleased to see the response from our clients, and it's a great opportunity for us to learn what the temperature is in a way. So one of the biggest compliments, if I may. We also got compliments. The compliments from SZV was the friendliness of the staff. People appreciate that our staff members speak different languages. So those were really two important positive points. Waiting times, however, and the clarity of information are improvement points. So waiting times is really something that we are monitoring very strictly in a way. We get statistics, we get data of how long a telephone conversation lasts, but also how long does it take before the phone picks up. Because that's also waiting time, when you are listening, waiting for the pickup.
Right, especially if you are on a cell phone and your minutes run faster than you think.
Yeah.
And people get annoyed.
Yeah.
And frustrated about it.
Understandable. So that's why we're also monitoring how long does it take before we pick up the phone. We monitor how long does it take before an email gets answered. We monitor, like you mentioned just now, how long is the waiting time when you visit us. So waiting times are really something that we are actively monitoring at the moment, and also critically looking at the way that we communicate and that we share information. So if we have to use different words, if we have to structure our email differently. We have some running projects internally at the moment that address those improvement points.
Okay. It's always ongoing.
It's always ongoing.
Never ending, huh?
No, because we as an organization, just like people, we can always improve. And it is our staff and it's our clients that make the organization together. So we have to improve.
And it's good that you want to improve, because some companies is like, well, that's the way it is, and they brush it aside.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than that.
Yeah, we don't have that mindset. We really look into ways how can we make things better? How can we make things better for the clients that we serve, for the community of St. Maarten, and part of that community is also for our own staff, because it's also frustrating for them if they are not well equipped to give the correct answers. So it goes both ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
At times when, let's say, one of your customer service representatives don't really have an answer, do they go to the supervisor? Is the supervisor called in to kind of answer that question? Because not only the question, but sometimes it's the language.
Yeah. So when it comes to language barriers, we have in-house a couple of people that speak different languages. So we have Spanish-speaking colleagues, we have Creole-speaking colleagues, even Dutch-speaking colleagues, even though that is not always necessary. We cater to a multilingual clientele. And then it depends a little bit if the supervisor is called. It depends on the case, because it can also be that we have to refer one of our clients to a different department because, for example, it is a medical situation whereby there's sensitive medical information that cannot be shared with our front office staff, and then we will make sure that a patient or a client is being referred to the medical department. So there's also the privacy element in this.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. We're going to talk about digital access and inclusion. What does digital access to SZV services mean, and what is the benefit for SZV clients in St. Martin?
Okay, so that's actually two questions. Yeah. What does it mean? So digital inclusion, it means for me the balance. It means that we make sure that all our clients, everyone, can take part in the services that SZV delivers, be it on a digital way, but it can also be in an in-person way if that is necessary for that specific client. So it's about inclusion, it's about balancing, it's about leaving no one behind. And what my colleagues are doing every day is seeing how can we make sure that everyone get what they ask for at SZV, and be it an answer, be it a service, be it a benefit. We're really trying to see how can we service our clients the best. So inclusion means not only referring to the website, but it also means asking further questions to fully understand what it is that a client needs from us. We have often persons that also need some assistance in formulating their request. If I may use an example, we have an email coming in. Okay, I am an expecting mom. Please help. And then there's not really a request for something. So now our colleagues are going to contact this person. Okay, miss, you send us an email. We know that you are expecting. Are you working? Do you need, for example, a maternity leave? Are you going to give birth in the St. Martin Medical Center? You might need a baby guarantee letter. So we really have to connect and communicate with our clients to understand what actually the service is. So inclusion means making sure that we understand what it is that the client needs, but also that the client knows what the follow-up steps are.
Willemstad. More than 35 letters containing written questions submitted by the opposition PNP have been awaiting answers from the government for more than 100 days, according to the parliamentary faction. Some questions have allegedly remained unanswered for more than 400 days, prompting the party to accuse both the government and Parliament President Fergino Brownbill of failing to uphold agreements governing Parliament's right to information. In a letter dated August 10th, the PNP said the growing backlog is preventing Parliament from properly carrying out its oversight responsibilities. According to the party, within the PNP faction alone, there are more than 35 letters containing questions that have remained unanswered for periods ranging from 100 to 400 days or more. The opposition party describes the situation as a structural violation of the parliamentary right to question ministers. It refers, among other things, to Article 57 of the Constitution of Curaçao, which establishes the obligation of ministers to provide information to Parliament subject to the limitations provided by law. The PNP argues that this obligation is closely connected to ministerial accountability and Parliament's constitutional responsibility to scrutinise the government. In addition to the constitutional provisions, the party points to a protocol agreed between the Curaçao Parliament and the government in 2013 concerning the handling of written parliamentary questions. Under that agreement, ministers are expected to answer written questions within 2 months. If that deadline cannot be met, the responsible minister must inform the President of Parliament in writing and explain the reason for the delay. The agreement also provides for the publication every 3 months of an overview showing questions submitted by members of Parliament, answers received, and questions that have remained unanswered for more than 3 months. The protocol was formally established between Parliament and the government in August 2013, with the then Prime Minister authorized to sign the agreement on behalf of the country of Curaçao. According to the PNP, both the 2-month response period and the reporting requirements are being systematically ignored. The party is also directing criticism at Parliament President Fagino Brownbill, saying he has not taken sufficiently visible action against ministers who repeatedly fail to answer parliamentary questions on time. The PNP claims that the most recent quarterly overview of unanswered correspondence, publicly available, dates from the first quarter of 2025. The faction wants Brownbill to explain why regular reports have not subsequently appeared covering the second, third, and fourth quarters of 2025 and the first 2 quarters of 2026. It also wants to know what measures the Parliament President intends to take to ensure that ministers comply with the established procedures. The PNP has characterized the situation in particularly strong terms, describing it as a constitutional crisis. According to the faction, the issue goes beyond delayed correspondence. When ministers fail to provide requested information, members of Parliament have greater difficulty determining whether government policies are being implemented, examining decisions, and monitoring how public funds are spent. The party is therefore requesting that Brownbill convene a special meeting of Parliament's Central Committee as soon as possible, with the parliamentary right to submit questions and the conduct of ministers as the sole agenda item. The dispute comes amid a broader discussion about parliamentary oversight in Curaçao. PAR MP Shaheen El-Hagay has also questioned ministers extensively this month about implementation of the 2026 budget. Timely access to government information is essential for Parliament to perform that oversight effectively, making the growing backlog of unanswered questions a wider institutional issue rather than simply a dispute between the PNP and the government.
Now the local weather forecast tonight through Tuesday midday. Occasionally cloudy and slightly hazy with isolated showers. Surface winds this afternoon through Tuesday midday. East-northeasterly to east-southeasterly with a light to moderate breeze at 5 to 16, INMMF. Sea conditions, sheltered areas, open waters. Stayed, smooth to slight to moderate waves, swells, below thrift, 3 to 5F. Outlook through Wednesday midday. Occasionally cloudy and slightly hazy with isolated showers. There is a low chance of isolated thunderstorms. And now 3 days weather forecast.
Your social and health insurance is SXM. Your
Asset Fee insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? Asset Fee is cardless. Request your My Asset Fee account today and enter the virtual office of Asset Fee. Go to assetfee.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
Celebrating Francia Hausen's 35 years of dedicated service to the St. Martin Library and its community, a remarkable milestone she reached on August 1, 2026. Throughout her 35-year career, Ms. Hausen has demonstrated unwavering commitment, professionalism, and loyalty to the organization. Her dedication and valuable contributions continue to play an important role in the development of the library and the community it serves. For 3.5 decades, Ms. Hausen has played an important role in supporting the library's mission and serving generations of patrons. Her dedication and commitment have made a lasting contribution to the library and the wider community of St. Martin. The library board and staff extend their heartfelt congratulations and deepest appreciation to Ms. Hausen for her outstanding 35 years of service, commitment, and steadfast loyalty. Ms. Hausen represents the dedication and commitment that have helped strengthen the St. Martin Library over the years. Her 35 years of service are a remarkable achievement, and we sincerely appreciate the contribution she has made to our institution and our community. The St. Martin Library thanks Ms. Francia Hausen for 35 years of dedicated service, commitment, and community enrichment, and wishes her continued success in the years ahead. The St. Martin Library is committed to making knowledge accessible, promoting literacy, and encouraging lifelong learning throughout the community. Through its programs, resources, and services, the library continues to play an important role in the island's educational and cultural development. This is our SXM Daily Newscast. Thank you for joining us.